When life feels heavy, when everything you once believed in starts to crumble, it's easy to wonder if faith was ever real at all. You might be staring at the ceiling late at night, asking questions no one seems able to answer. Why me? Why now? Why does it feel like everything I trusted has disappeared? If you've ever felt like that, this message is for you. Don't scroll away. Stay with me until the end, because what you're about to hear might be exactly what your heart has been waiting for. Before we go deeper, do something small but powerful. Hit like, subscribe, and share this with someone who's fighting to believe again. Because maybe, just maybe, you can be the reason someone else rediscovers their faith too. When everything feels lost, faith doesn't always roar. It doesn't always show up as certainty or strength. Sometimes it whispers in the quietest moments. The ones where your eyes are still wet from crying and you can barely find the strength to stand. Faith isn't about pretending everything's fine. It's about daring to believe that even in the darkness, something inside you still matters. Something inside you still wants to rise. You might not feel that right now. You might feel like the pain is too deep, the mistakes too heavy, the silence too loud. But here's the truth no one tells you. Faith isn't built in the light. It's built in the dark. It grows when everything else falls apart. It's not something you lose. It's something that gets buried under fear, disappointment, and noise. And if it's buried, it can be found again. What if this season of loss isn't punishment, but preparation? What if everything that's been taken from you is making space for something greater? Sometimes you have to lose what you thought you needed to discover what you were truly meant to have. And maybe, just maybe, this moment of brokenness is the birthplace of your next breakthrough. Think about that for a second. What if your lowest point is the doorway to your highest purpose? I know it's hard to believe when you're in the middle of the storm. But storms don't last forever. They clear the air. They strip away what was weak so that what's strong can finally stand. If this is speaking to you right now, prove it to yourself. Type, "I'm choosing faith again" in the comments. Not because you have it all figured out, but because you're brave enough to start. Faith doesn't need perfection. It just needs a heartbeat willing to try again. Sometimes we wait for a sign. We want some miracle, some perfect moment when everything finally makes sense. But the truth is, faith isn't about waiting for the light. It's about learning to walk when you can barely see. The miracle isn't in the answer. The miracle is in your persistence. Every time you keep going, every time you refuse to give up, that's faith in motion. And maybe you've been through so much that you don't even recognize yourself anymore. You've lost people. You've lost dreams. You've lost parts of yourself you thought would never come back. But you're still here. You're still breathing. That means the story isn't over yet. Maybe the reason you haven't seen your breakthrough is because you're not meant to go back to who you were. You're meant to grow into who you're becoming. Let me ask you something. What if you stopped waiting for the perfect conditions to believe again? What if you decided that today, right now, is enough? Because faith doesn't require proof. It just requires the courage to say, I may not understand, but I'm still going to trust. That kind of faith shakes mountains. If you're still watching, don't let this message end with you. Like this video if it's reaching you, and share it with someone who's losing hope. Because someone out there needs to know that their pain has a purpose, that their story still matters, that their faith isn't gone. It's just waiting to be found again. When you start rebuilding your faith, don't expect it to feel easy. You'll have days where you want to quit, where it feels like nothing is changing. But growth rarely feels comfortable. It's supposed to stretch you. Every test you face is shaping your strength, refining your focus, reminding you what truly matters. And here's something powerful to remember. Faith isn't about knowing how the story ends. It's about trusting that you're being written into something greater. Maybe the unanswered prayers, the closed doors, the heartbreaks, they weren't rejection, they were redirection. You just couldn't see it yet. If that hits you, drop a comment right now. Tell me what you're fighting for. Tell me what faith means to you in this moment. Because writing it down makes it real. It's your declaration to the world that you refuse to stay down. Some of the most beautiful souls you'll ever meet are the ones who've walked through fire and still learned how to shine. They know pain. They know loss. But they also know what it means to rise again. Maybe you're one of them. You just haven't seen your reflection clearly yet. And if no one's told you this lately, hear it now. You are not broken beyond repair. You are not too late. You are not too far gone. The fact that you're still listening, still searching, still holding on, that's proof that faith is already alive in you. It's not lost. It's just waiting for you to acknowledge it again. Don't scroll past this moment. Don't let this be another video you half watch and forget. Stop and decide right now that this is your turning point. Comment, "I'm not giving up." Say it like you mean it, because when you speak life, you awaken strength, and when everything feels lost, that's when you discover who you really are. You realize faith was never about perfect belief. It was about imperfect persistence. It was about standing when everything tells you to fall. It was about trusting the unseen, forgiving the past, and daring to move forward anyway. So keep walking, keep believing, keep showing up, even when no one sees it. Because one day you'll look back and realize that every tear, every setback, every sleepless night, it was all leading you somewhere beautiful. Before we close, if this message stirred something in your heart, don't just keep it to yourself. Hit like, share this with someone who needs it, and subscribe for more messages that speak truth and hope into your life. And right now, write in the comments the affirmation that will define your next chapter. Say, "I choose faith even when it's hard." Say, "I will rise again." Say, "My faith is stronger than my fear." Because here's the truth that ties it all together. Faith was never about what you see. It's about what you choose to believe, even when everything looks lost. The moment you decide to believe again, that's when light begins to return. That's when strength finds you. That's when everything starts to change. So don't give up. Don't stay stuck in the dark. You still have more to live for, more to give, more to become. Faith is calling your name, quietly, gently, but persistently. And when you answer, you'll realize it was never lost after all. It's been inside you, waiting for this very moment. Now prove to yourself that you're ready. Like this video, share it, and write your promise in the comments below. Because today is the day you find faith again, and this time you'll never let it go.